Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here. Welcome to Palette Promenade. Today I'm going to go into an oldie but a goodie. This is The Queen from Eloise. And there's pressed pigments and shadows in here. Nice big mirror. The top folds all the way back. And the pinks and purples and reds and oranges in this palette just work so well together. There's a couple of pretty blues as well. And my husband picked this palette out for me to use, and so I want to honor him today with a pretty makeup look. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I've got a fluffy brush here, if I can get a hold of it. I've got some laid out and it's just rolling around. Okay, let's start out with there's only like 4 or 5 mattes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mattes. And so out of 25 shadows, the rest of them are shimmers. And so I think I'm going to start with this one down here called Honorable. It's like a pinky red. And then I'm going to build some purples on top of it. So let me use this brush here, this fluffy brush. This is from Lorella. I really like it. It does really good crease work. So I've already got eyeshadow primer on and some skincare. And while everything is working on my skin, I'll do the eyes first today. And I'm filming on the 4th of July. And my little dog is right here. She wants me to say hi. Hi, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea says hello and happy 4th of July, everybody. She wants me to pet her. I can't pet you right now. Anyway, my husband had to work today. And we're just at home lounging this afternoon. We're going to eat a simple dinner. We got like a hamburger helper dish that we, instead of using hamburger or meatballs or anything like that, we put some leftover pork chops. We cut those up into bite-sized pieces and put that in the dish. And we're serving it with mashed potatoes and corn and green beans. So just a simple dinner for our 4th of July meal. We'll probably work on some ribs or something this weekend. I don't know. We'll see what we feel like doing. Sometimes you just want something simple, like a sandwich or a hot dog. We used to have this tradition in our house when we were working in the bus ministry, and we were lay ministers up underneath the pastor that trained us, and we did bus ministry. And so on Wednesday nights, you know, we had to get off work, come home, eat a quick bite, and then head up to the church to get on the bus to go pick up kids for the service, for, you know, their classes. And then after their classes were over, you know, and everything, we took them home. So we needed a really quick meal for those Wednesday nights. And so our tradition that we created was hot dogs and macaroni and cheese and pork and beans. And we ate it every Wednesday night for a long time. And I mean, it works out pretty good because how long does it take to cook hot dogs and macaroni and cheese? 15 minutes, you know? Okay, so you see there's like pink, there's like purple. You could go a number of different directions with this particular color. And so, but anyway, today the direction I want to go is I want some warm purples. So let's go in with this color here called Regal. Which is a really pretty warm purple. And we're just gonna put that right on top of what we've already done. And like I said, some of these are pressed pigments. I'm not sure which ones are which. It probably tells on the back. It says 20 pressed pigments palette in 4 stunning textures, 8 buttery mattes, 6 shimmers, 1 pressed pearl, 4 metallics, and 1 duochrome topper. So they're all pressed pigments, according to the back here. I like this brand. I think that they do a good job on shadows, and everything that I've ever used from them in the eyeshadow department or pressed pigment department has been awesome. And I'm not sure if they still have this palette available or not, but I wanted to feature it today because it's one that's in my collection. It needs some love. My husband likes the colors, and he likes these bright jewel toned type colors. And I do too. Look at that, y'all. That is intense. So I'm carrying this pretty high up. And I can always add a shimmer later. Okay. So there's that. Now I want to use this deep dark purple called Majesty. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to use that deep in the crease. This V section. Brings a nice depth to the look. And so far it looks like it's going to be a monochromatic look, but I really want to bring another color or two into this just for fun. Just for fun. We're not going anywhere today, and I don't have to worry about shocking people. Shocking any conservative people. I do love a good purple look, though. That's beautiful. Alright, now this side. So you see that even though these are pressed pigments, there is quite a bit of pigment. It's easy to start out light and then build these up. And I've had this is back when BoxyCharm was like BoxyCharm, before they sold out. And I bought, I think, 2 or 3 of these palettes. I gave one of them away, and the person who won it, I don't know what she did with it, but she said she couldn't use pressed pigments, and so she never used it. So she probably gave it away to somebody, which is disappointing to me. You know, I just wish that, you know, before people enter giveaways, that they would do their homework. I'd much rather see somebody that's a subscriber of mine, you know, win a palette, win a giveaway, than, you know, if they're going to use it and enjoy it. And to me, it's such a good palette. It's like, I don't understand. I guess people have allergies or something to pressed pigments. I don't know. You have to let me know down in the comments what you think about pressed pigments. I love them. To me, they just offer such a good payoff in color. Okay, that's enough purple. I get carried away. Okay, now let's see here. I need to do something underneath the lash line. Let's do blue. Let's go into this really bright blue right here called Throne. We'll do this for underneath the lash line. I'm going to use this complex culture brush. It's got a really nice tip to it. If you see my skin glowing, I used an illuminating moisturizer from Glam Glow today. And I love this stuff. And I've checked their website, and it's no longer available. But it's like this really pretty glow. I'm going to put a little bit right here on the outside of the upper lid. Oh yeah, we got color today. So you see, even with a monochromatic look like the purple, I mean, just using a different color on the lower lash line just really adds a lot of interest to a look. And then, of course, whatever you put as a shimmer on the lid, you know, can add interest too. So I've got several choices in this palette, you know, for the shimmer. We'll have to swatch a couple and see what we think. I like using blue eyeliners. I just think that they really draw out the blue in my eyes. It may be too competitive with my eye color in some people's opinions. I used to think that myself, but I really like using a blue eyeliner, even a blue mascara. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's see here. Let me swatch a couple of these. We have this shade here called Powerful, which is a really light light bluish purple. And then we have this one here called Crown, which is like a pink. And then we have, let's see, there's this gold. That's an option. That's pretty. And then there's this one called Empire, which is like a light kind of a peach. So there are the choices. I really don't want to go with the gold, so one of those three. I think maybe I'll go with the blue. Let's see what happens. And I'll carry this up above the crease. That's pretty. Powerful. That's the name of it. Powerful. Are you powerful? Do you feel powerful? That's pretty. Yeah, I think he'll like this. Okay, I meant to bring those wipes over here today and ran off and forgot them. Let me just use a little cotton round here and wipe my fingers off. And then I want to do a little blend on all these colors. I just want to blend right through here. And just kind of buff everything together. That's pretty amazing. This inner corner here is somewhat irritated, so I'm kind of guarding it. Anyway, if this makeup starts irritating my eyes, after a while I'll have to take it off and put some sty medicine in or something. Okay, that is pretty much the eye look, except for the highlighter, which I will come back and do here in a little bit. Right now I need to get off here and do some complexion products and my brows and, you know, blush and bronzer and all that. And then I'll come back and we'll do lips and highlighter in various places. All right, be back soon. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I finished with my complexion products and my eyebrows and put on mascara and everything. And so now I'm ready to do highlighter and lips. I'm going to go in with this Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey highlighter palette today. I haven't used this in a while and I really do like it. And so I'm gonna go in with this pretty pink one today. There's no mirror in this palette, so I'm just gonna use my little viewfinder today and see if I can get a really nice pop of highlighter here on top of. I piled on the bronzer today, and then that caused the blush to really pop. So I've got a strong cheek look going on today, so I really need the highlighter to kind of brighten things up. And of course that glow from that illuminating moisturizer from Glam Glow, just that's showing through the foundation. I used the Wonder Beauty foundation today. I really like that color on me, on my complexion. Very nice. Very nice. I need to come back to this palette more often. Okay, now let's do lips. I've got this lippy that I was telling you about from Buxom. And what is the shade? It's called High Def Honey. It's from their Power line, and it has a brush on the other end, which is handy. handy. So anyway, this is kind of a brown nude color. But it's creamy. And it goes on really easy. And then I'll top it with a lip gloss. Let me smooth out that line right there. Anyway, I think the lip color goes with the cheek color today really well. And so we've got a cool toned eye, but I've got warm everything else. So I'm going to kind of balance things out. I'm going to use this lip gloss from Huda Beauty, which is a cool toned lippy. And let's see how this pairs together. And kind of neutralize the color a little bit. That's better. I really like this lip gloss, y'all. It's called Faux Filler from Huda Beauty. I've reached for it over and over again here lately. And the color, let's see if I can read it. It's called Sugar Baby. Sugar Baby. Very nice. Okay, I need to spray everything down. Let me use my Tarte Stay Spray today. And I'm going to cover my eyes because I don't think my mascara is waterproof. Okay. Oof. That was wet. That feels wet. So not a bad makeup look. I'm definitely glowing on the cheeks. And I think my husband's really going to like this eye look. I like this palette, y'all. I really do. I need to use it more often. I've done 3 or 4 looks with it. I mean, I can't remember now what colors I've used and what I haven't. I think I've used a couple of these muted, pinks and purples. That purple there and this purple there. I think I've used it. I think I've used that one. I think I've gone in, I've done like an orange look, with this palette. I've swatched everything. I don't know if I've ever used this blue or not, but I did swatch it. And I do think it's pretty. And I think it would go good with this gold that I swatched earlier. Let me just pair them together and show you what I'm talking about. I think that blue and this gold would be awesome together. And you could even, mix them together to create a little bit more of a greenish hue. See down there? That would be really pretty for summer. Okay, y'all, that is my look for today. Hope you liked the video. Hope you like a strong, chic look. Anyway, I piled on the bronzer today. I used the one from Eloise, my powder bronzer, and then I used the Charlotte Tilbury on top of it. And so then the blush that I'm using today is from Clarity Cosmetics. It's called Rumor Has It. It's a lip and a cheek pot, which is pretty bright, but I needed something, pinky like. So, but anyway, there's the mix of the blue and green together on that finger. Isn't that pretty? I think that'd be pretty. You can make some really pretty mermaid looks and, Mardi Gras looks. This palette right here it's awesome. Okay, y'all, give me a thumbs up on the video, please. Let me know in the comments what you think, and let me hear from you, and I'll be chatting back with you. I appreciate all the YouTube love. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd like to invite you to do so. When I reach 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to hold a nice big giveaway. And I shared some products, and I will do a designated video and do we'll talk about the giveaway more in detail when the time comes. I think I only like 12 or 13 more, so share me out. I appreciate all that love, and I just want to say thank you very much. All right, y'all, that's it for me today. Have a great weekend. God bless you today is my prayer, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay.
What are you doing?
So everything I'm big enough to do. Tell Daddy, say everything I'm big enough to do. I gotta take a couple of pictures, babe, before you start running around. Chew.